All right, so let me give you a little tour of the Longshan Temple. The front court-ish area we already talked about, but this part is just the side view of that inner court we were just in. This is actually the largest building in this temple area. As we're approaching the back part of the Longshan Temple, you will notice that it starts transitioning from Buddhist to Taoist or Taoist. And over here, the first stop on our right is a doctor. So all these gods were formerly people of some sort. So this was a famous doctor, and he was killed by a general. The general had a really bad temper, so had him killed, and the general regretted that afterwards because his son actually had some health ailments, and so his son never got the treatment that he needed. And so this particular doctor is very well known in Chinese culture. And so when you say your illness can't even be cured by this particular doctor, it means that there's nobody can cure you. Or if you say something like you're an even better than this, you're an even better doctor than this doctor, that means that you're a really amazing doctor. So that's what it's talking about. And then when we're coming over here, you see that this over here is the god of good luck in academics. So a lot of people, when they have a test, they would make a copy of that test or practice test or whatever, and they'll put it in this box over here. And they think that once they do that, this god would give them a higher score, good luck, things like that. And then if you look closely over here, as we move over here, you'll see that all these like light columns on the side, if you look really closely, there's actually names there, right? Names of like family or individuals. And that is, if you donate, I don't know how much money you need to donate, but if you donate something, you get your name put on a sticker, which gets placed on one of these lights. And obviously, there's not a lot of room for a lot of new names. So at the end of the year, if you don't renew or pay your dues again, your name is gone. As we're moving over here, you actually see tables. I just want to mention tables like this one right over here. And you also see tables down here. There's a few tables. And these tables are for you to place an offering of some sort. It could be like candy or snacks, things like that. It's kind of like an offering to these gods or goddesses or both. I'm not sure if they're all male or not. Anyways, I think they are though, because so far they all look male. And that way you can kind of get more blessings. Let's take a look at that. And as we're going down here, you'll notice something really interesting because, oh, I forgot to mention, this over here is the god. Oh, this is a goddess, actually, a lady. She was known for, her family were fishermen, and she actually, or I should say, her family went out to sea, and they never came back, and so she was always standing by the water waiting for her family to come back. And because she kept standing out there day after day, week after week for a very long time, a lot of people turned her into a goddess, like goddess of the seas, to protect people who, I guess, sailors and fishermen, things like that. So as we're walking down here, this actually over here is by far the most popular god. This one is the god of love. Some people call him kind of like the Cupid. So he actually would know if you have a soulmate and when your soulmate you would meet your soulmate. And a lot of people are putting their putting their offerings right over here at this table here. And so it's because they really want to know when they will have that special relationship. And as you see, people are kind of dropping these two moon blocks, if you will. These moon blocks are a way to communicate or get answers from this particular god, but it doesn't have to be this particular god. You could use it for any of them, and they're only good for yes/no questions. So anything more complicated than that, too bad. So that is the explanation of the Taoist part of the Longshan temple. I hope that helps you. And this is the way out. As you can see, there's a lot of attention to detail. The lighting is very nice. And also, I forgot to mention, in Longshan temple, the dragon guards the east, and the tiger guards the west. You're supposed to enter the temple on the right, which is the west, because the dragon represents good luck, and the tiger, it's a white tiger, it represents trouble. So you don't want to enter on the left side, which is, I guess, is similar to entering into trouble. You want to leave behind your trouble. Does that make sense? That's why you leave the left side, the west side, at the end. You're leaving your troubles behind. And you'll also notice one other thing I like to mention here, and that is some people actually are worshiping, and they're facing the not this main place, but they're facing the other direction, this way. And it's because if you look on top, that circly thing is supposed to represent the sun, and some people think that there is like a emperor god, kind of like Zeus managing all the other gods, and they're kind of facing the sky. I guess you see a little bit more sky when you're looking this way, although you can probably see sky all over the place anyways. So yeah, that is Longshan temple for you, and hope that you understand what I'm saying.